Well, hello beautiful people, my name is Bridget and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're all having an awesome day, and today we're going to be doing a video using the Luster palette from Shop Alter Ego. Now this is a dupe for a Pat McGrath palette. Alter Ego is like a dupe brand. They dupe things for way more affordable prices. It's usually a lot of Natasha Denona, but today we are having a dupe for a Pat McGrath palette. Now I am an affiliate with Alter Ego. You can use code porcelain or my link to save money off of this already affordable brand, but this video isn't sponsored or anything. I'm just doing it because I like the color scheme and I like doing dupe videos because, okay, whereas I know it's kind of ripping off something that's already been created, I thoroughly enjoy the quality for a way cheaper price that I couldn't afford normally. So today we're gonna try this palette, and this packaging looked absolutely stunning, so when they sneak peeked it on their Instagram, I was like dying for it and had to have it. So let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Okay guys, before we get started, if you're not subscribed to my channel already, I greatly appreciate if you did that and give me a thumbs up on this video. Also, I do have a brand called The Open Crypt. You can shop at theopencrypt.com right now for all kinds of cutesy alternative themed things. So let's go ahead and get started with the eyeshadow now. Now I haven't swatched this yet, so I think we're gonna start off with that. I didn't want to do a full face in the intro to like spoil the ending for you because I don't know how this quality is yet, but we're gonna see. So I'm gonna go ahead and like swatch these. I also really like the color scheme. I didn't really show you the color scheme up close yet. The color scheme is cute, and I think why I'm intrigued by it so much is that it's kind of on the cooler end and it's an everyday palette too. Like a lot of the palettes that I get duped a lot are like super extraordinary, like crazy color schemes, but this is like something I could wear every single day and it's really pretty. So let's go ahead and start swatching. This one's called Crystal. I thought this was a white matte, but I swatched it and it's like a pinky white shift. So here is the first shade, very peachy. Next shade we have here is called Spectral, which is a yellow cream kind of shimmery shade. Also, I do have one Pat McGrath like full-size palette. It's a Mothership palette in my collection. It's really pretty, but the shimmers are kind of just like toppers, so I kind of want something more opacity. I'm not sure if all of hers are like that. This next shade is called Opaque, which is a shimmery rose tone. These are so cute. The next shade looks like a glittery shimmery shade. Oh wow, it's really metallic-y wet looking. This one's called Sacred. That is so wet metallic-y. Next shade looks like a regular shimmer called Infinite, which is kind of a coppery bronze Moments. The difference in this one being like a wet, like looks gonna wet on the eye, and this one being a regular shimmer is so different. The next shade on the first shade on the second row, this one's called Radiant, which is an orange shimmery. This has like a lot of reflex of yellow and reds in it. Even though it looks orange in the pan, so that's really cool. Next shade is called Mystic, which is a taupe gray toned purple, and this is the first matte in the palette, so there's not many mattes in this, which is a little alarming to me now that I noticed it. Next shade is a yellow gold shimmer called Spell, which looks very metallic and cute. The second to last shade is called Magnificent. That's not how you spell Magnific. Why am I so dumb? Here's that shade. It looks way darker as a swatch like than it does in the pan. On the pan, it looks kind of just like a, I don't know, like a regular dark kind of gray copper. This looks way different. And then for the last shade is the other matte in the palette. It is called Rare, which is a chocolate brown shade. I'm just gonna swatch it right here on the end here. So this is this shade that matte actually swatched so prettily. It's just kind of over my knuckles and kind of a mess, but they swatch really pretty. So now that we've swatched the palette, let's get started with the eye look. So I'm gonna take the Drawer Cosmetics Clean Canvas Base in Fair for my eyelid primer today. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my eyelid on both sides to prime just a little bit. I feel like it's gonna be a neutral look anyway, so I don't need to start off like a white eyelid primer. This should be good enough. So for this look, I'm going to use 3 different brushes. I have a Kaleidos regular blending brush here. I have a kind of a flat but soft brush. It is called the Detailed Blending E27 from Sigma, which is one of the new brushes I wanted to try out. And then we have a regular E55 shader brush here. So I'm going to start off with the big blending brush. I'm going to use both of the mattes in this palette because there is only 2. So I'm going to start off with the Mystic kind of cool tone gray based purple shade, which these are kind of purples I can actually wear because I feel like it's not purple. I don't mind the gray tone ones, especially in like the Colourpop Flutterby palette. Those are so pretty. But I'm going to put this in the first half of my crease. This isn't going to be like a super complex, complicated look. but I just want to see how it performs. And I really feel like since we swatched the shimmers, we know how they perform. I feel like putting the mattes on the eyes is a better test. So far, so good with this one. I'm kind of going dunk dunk into the pan, and then it really just blends itself. It's really easy. Kind of reminds me of a really good Anastasia Beverly Hills shadow, as far as like, it's pigmented but not in your face, and it blends out really nicely. You know, like it's not one of those overwhelming, oh my god, I used too much shadows, which makes it harder to mess up, which is good for me because I mess up my look sometimes. I'm going to go into the little flat brush now. I'm going to go into the other matte, which is called Rare. And I'm just going to pick it up on one side, like so, and pack it in this outer corner. I just want this to be dark. I could, like, normally I just use my same blending brush to pack on a darker color on the outer corner. But I want to keep this really dark today, so I'm going to pack it down first and then use the same blending brush and blend it out. So that's that color. This picked up really well. It's very much like a slightly warm, chocolatey kind of tone. Well, it's pretty warm. It's not just slightly warm. Which kind of conflicts against the cool tone inner crease color, but since it's a brown and kind of a gray purple, they're going to match perfectly. So with no extra product on this brush, with no brown on it, I'm going to go ahead and start blending this into the rest of the crease we have. And I'm also going to blend it out a little bit as well, just so I don't have like a harsh, oh, I stuck it here kind of line going on. And if I need to, I'll go into a little bit of the brown, tap it on, and then blend it out again. Now that I have both my mattes, I'm going to wipe off that brush, the blending brush, clean up all the excess product on it, go in with nothing on it, and just blend under my eyebrow area. It's going to bring it pretty close to my brow. I have pretty low brows as it is, but that's fine with me. Like, I feel like a lot of people have low brows. I see some people, like on Instagram especially, they mostly just shave most of their brows. They only have like the top line and then they draw up and it gives them more eye space. But I don't pluck my brows or anything as it is, so I feel like that would be a lot more maintenance than just not having as much eyelid space and faking it. Anyways, this is my crease going on right now. Honestly, with the lighting situation I have going on right now, it's kind of hard for me to like focus my eyes on this shadow, but it looks okay from what I can see right now. And I'm going to move on to the lid shades now. So obviously I want to use the crystal shade because it was so cool, like seeing the different colors coming through. So I'm going to put it on my pinky right now. And it's very pink. It looks like it's a white in the pan, then you swatch it and it looks pink and white, and then you put it on your eyes and it's like a baby pinky shade. This one's cute. Like, it's nothing, oh my god, extraordinary, but like I would not have known it was a baby pink from just looking at the pan. It has no pink reflex when you look in the pan. It just looks white. So for the second half of my lid now, because I don't have anything going on, I think I'm going to go into Opaque, which is kind of that rose toned kind of moment. I'm going to go back into my pinky, which I cleaned off. And I'm just going to put this in the outer half. And since it does match our darker crease out here, I don't care if it blends into that. I'll actually take my blending brush in a second and blend it together myself. But this really matches. And I'll go back into that crystal shade, tap in the middle so everything's blended perfectly. And now I'm going to go back into the blending brush, no extra product, and just blend that shimmer into our crease color a little bit. Everything blurred together. Looks good for me. I don't know. I always like the blurred look because it looks effortless. And it really wasn't hard. So, I mean, I guess it kind of was effortless, right? So for my lower lash line, I'm going to take the E55 shader brush. I'm going to go into the Mystic gray tone purpley shade under here. Tap off my excess, and I'm just going to shade the lower lash line. I don't want something super, super dark on the lower lash line today because I'm going to do a little bit of a cake dry liner under here too. This is the part normally where I would leave and go put my lashes on and come back and be like, this is the finished look. But I think I'm actually going to do the rest of the look with you today, just because I feel like I don't do that all the time. So for my little liquid shadow, which I always put under here to make my eyes look brighter, I'm going to take Disco Queen from e.l.f. And I'm not going to use this because it might wipe away my eyeshadow. I'm going to put it on a little separate brush. And I'm going to just dust it in that little inner corner. So right there. And then the same on this side. I'm going to blend that out, and it's going to make my lower lash line glittery in the inner corner, and it's going to make my eyes look more awake and more wide open. And also I chose this one because I didn't know what kind of eye look we were going to do, and this one has a ton of different glitter reflect colors in there, so I can kind of just make it match any look, to be honest, and that's kind of the ideal thing. These do dry out, the e.l.f. ones, but they're $5 and they last like a couple months, so it does work. And now while this is drying, I can't really bend my eyes, so I'm gonna go ahead and just curl my lashes while it's drying, since I really just use my top lid for that. And now, while this is still drying, I'm actually going to take this little pencil liner. I use the same one every time. I'll wash it like once a week because I use it constantly. I'm gonna take this Laura Mercier Black Ebony Tightline Cake Waterline thing. Just like a little tiny pod, very small in there, but you can actually find this at TJ Maxx for a good price. And I'm taking this eyeliner brush and I'm just gonna tightline into my lashes just a little bit. So I'm just taking this, which is just a powder. You can use a brow powder or an eyeshadow or anything. Maybe not a black eyeshadow because this isn't very dark. And I'm just adding a little bit of dimension into my lash line. So once I do this, I'll show you the difference on the other side, which might not look like a lot, but here is with the tightline liner. This is with none. And it just brings a little bit more of a definition under my eyes because my lash line is typically not a dark color. If you do black liner, you don't have to do any of that because the black lines your eyes for you. But just like a little bit of liner under there versus none makes it more defined. Especially my eye shape, which I like my eye shape. I wish I had not hooded eyes and I wish I had big open eyes with tons of room or like all that, but I don't. And I don't mind the shape of my eyes because they're very ovular. Ovular? Ovally. I think ovular is the word for that. For mascara, I'm going to take the KVD Beauty Go Big or Go Home, which I got in a subscription box. I don't really know if I love this or not. It is clumpy. It does give you length and stuff, but it's not the most black in the world. I really wanted to be like punching in the black there, but it doesn't do that. But it does look pretty good and it separates my bottom lashes really well, which I appreciate. So it's okay right now. Like it's not something like, oh my god, this is a ride or die. I don't have a ride or die mascara besides like Essence Lash Princess because I'm cheap and it does the job. But this one's fine. So for lashes, I have two different pairs I want to try out that I haven't tried before that I just got in an order I placed from Baddie. So they have a bunch of lashes. So this one is called Baddie, which I haven't tried before, and they're named, like the name is called Baddie. So I was thinking like the style Baddie would be good. And they also have this really cool style called Smoked Out, which is like weird. So I don't know which one I want to do. Let me look at my eyeshadow real quick. Let's do the weird one. I just want to try it. So Smoked Out is this style. They had a sale going on, so I decided to pick some up and support an indie lash brand. But this style was just so unique. It's not like very full. Like it's a weird flary, and I thought it was cute. So I'm going to trim them now and then like put them on. Alright, so while the glue is getting dry, I usually just put on my waterline liner. This is Exit by Colourpop, which is just a white. And I actually decided not to trim those lashes. They're a little long. They're way longer than I normally wear, like covering my whole circumference of my eyes. But I feel like if I cut off one flare, it's gonna look weird. Or too short, because they're very spaced out. So I'm gonna try to keep them as they are. We'll see if I have to trim them inevitably. This feels weird because they're so far in my inner corner and I'm not used to that. I want these a little darker, so I'm gonna take my eyeliner, which is the Aroma Beauty one, which it doesn't matter which one you do. But I want these to be a little darker, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the eyeliner and flick up with them. It's very light of a difference, but I feel like the ones on the edges, like the outer tips of the lashes, sometimes aren't the blackest. And I'm a little bit of a crazy person, so I do this. Alright, so lastly, my lipstick. Now, I did place an order with Black Moon Cosmetics recently, and I got this little duo, which was like a little set, and I haven't tried them yet, so I'm going to swatch them and see if either one of these will work for this look. So this is called Grave, which is like a warm tone brown, it looks like, and then this other one is called Grim. So this one's probably going to be the one I use. Yeah, it's more of a dark, cooler tone. So I'm going to do this one, and then we'll be done with my look. Alright guys, this is the finished look we did today using the Luster palette, the new lashes I'm trying out, as well as the new Black Moon Cosmetics lipstick. So let's talk about the palette, which is like what I'm probably going to title this video is a palette review. So the Luster palette I think is so pretty. Now I know it is a dupe for something, so the color scheme isn't original, so I can't really complain about the fact that there's only 2 mattes in here. However, the 2 mattes in here really do go with the color scheme pretty well, because even the goldy and orangey shade in here you can use this darker matte for, so I totally get it. And the quality was really nice. I really enjoyed how the mattes blended out, and the shimmers have like a cool duochrome effect to half of them, and the rest of them are just really opaque, really easy to use shimmers that were really easy to blend into everything else. So overall I thought it was really cute, and I love the packaging. This beautiful marbly gold, gray, pinky kind of tones, like mauve tones. I love the packaging of this. It's so pretty. I actually wanted to keep the box for this that it came in just because I thought it was pretty, but it matched this, so I was like, that's dumb. Don't keep the box for no reason and keep up clutter in your house. But anyways, I thought those were just so pretty and they worked out really well. And of course you can use code porcelain to save money off of it, but if you don't, I'm not you know, it's not a big deal. I'm not like, it's not doing this for the commission or anything. Also, these smoked out lashes from Baddie, I think they're fun. I do love a little bit more drama. I thought these would be like really cool thick flares. They're more of a spaced out average day kind of flare. They don't look insane, like they looked really weird and funky online. They're very everyday wearable, but they're cute. And the Black Moon Cosmetics liquid lipstick, I thought this color was really nice as well. I don't necessarily know if it goes with this look, but it goes better than the other one in the thing, and I really just wanted to try them out and test them on camera. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day out there.